We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hey, welcome. This is gospelrhythms.com, Talk Live Radio on latalklive.com. I'm Ro Williams.
And I am Trisha Mann Grant. Hey, y'all.
And this is our entertainment edition. Welcome. We had a great show last week, our music edition. I guess it's sort of like a music edition, extended entertainment edition. Yeah. We had CJ Emmons, and it was great.
Oh, CJ was amazing. CJ is one of those artists. He's very versatile. He can sing opera, he can sing R&B, he can sing pop, just whatever you want, a little bit of gospel, and just such a great spirit. And he also has a message for you ladies, so make sure you go back and check out that show, because he wants to tell you all that men can be sensitive and not misperceived the wrong way.
Especially men that are artistic and very gifted. And actually, he's going to be probably one of the featured men on Man Talk, I'm sure, because he was raised by a woman. And even though much of the show focused on him as an artist and his music, he kind of addressed that, because here's a man of God who is straight and who is, trying to give his gifts for the Lord. And, that was something that he said that he wanted to come on Man Talk and talk about as a man.
Like, why do women think that just because a man is sensitive that he may be homosexual?
Or he might cry on you, that means that he's not man enough for you.
Right.
So that, because even if you don't think that he's that way, they be like, your man is too soft. He's like, you need somebody. Most girls want, what do you like? I need a roughneck. See, that's what's wrong. It's those songs out there, like MC Lights, I want a roughneck.
Yeah, what you know about that, girl?
I don't know about that.
No, right now, Rosie.
I'm not going to sing that right now. But back to our show today. We have some beautiful women on tap for today. Yes, we do.
Talented and beautiful.
Who do we have up first?
Inside. Up first, we have my girl, Miss Oya Thompson, who just released on September the 23rd. Yes, that was her father's birthday. Her debut album, you guys, you gotta check it out. Spirit of Oya. Okay, it's called The Spirit of Oya. It's already been released, so I want you to go to CD Baby. We'll talk about it more. She's gonna tell you all the different ways you can check her out. But she is also gonna give us a little something today. And just stand by, because this girl is amazing, and she can act. Amazing actress as well.
And one thing about gospelrhythms.com Talk Live Radio, we celebrate gifts, whether you are a secular artist, R&B artist, world artist, your faith-based artist, your talents and gifts that you got out there that you're trying to lift up.
That's right.
It's a global experience here.
Yes.
And with that, we also have a psalmist. I was like, what is a psalmist? We have Brenda Ellis will be our guest today. She's a recording artist, electrifying, life-giving, humble servant. Those are the words that have been used to describe her. She's traveled nationally, ministered in conferences, churches, crusade, inner city outreach programs, as well as prison. Her ministry of music has spanned the globe from London, England, Belgium, Africa, Jamaica, South Africa, Johannesburg, Switzerland, Soweto, and the Bahamas, and of course the United States of America. Yes. She has been a conference psalmist with Bishop T.D. Shake Ministries, and she will be here just to share with us her journey. How does one, I don't know too many of us kids growing up to say, when I grow up I want to be a psalmist. Like, how do you get that job? Like, besides God calling you,
Right, and I think it is a calling. It's a calling for a worshiper, and some of us are true worshipers, and God will bless us with the songs or the poems or the prayers, just like He gave to David, to put out there so that others can use them and utilize them in their worship as well.
Yeah.
Now, I want to give some love to Jerry Legree, and she was on the show. Remember?
Oh,
for the designing.
Exactly.
Well, she's a designer. Jerry Legree is out here in Los Angeles. She used to live in New York, but this is a coat that she made, and was a gift to me. You go, girl.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something. So many people today have asked me about this coat, so I want you guys to check out Jongerie, Jongheri Couture. Jongerie Couture. I want to promote and give love. And if there's anyone out there that believes their business should be well known, or you want to be on the show, you make sure you check us out and
hit us up at
gospelrhythms.com.
Or you can hit us up at the word jams at gospelrhythms.com. Just shoot us an email, and we'll definitely, either Trisha or myself or someone from our team will get back to you, because it may be your calling. It's Jerry's calling. Her gift is in the art of design.
Lingerie.
Your gift, Miss Trisha Mann, is in the art of everything. If she's not on the big screen, the small screen, she's doing the behind the scenes, producing, writing, directing. I mean, and we want to celebrate everybody's talents and gifts here. So that's all about, with Thanksgiving being this week, we're just very grateful because guess what? Come January 1st, we will have been here a year, and I've got to tell you, I am very grateful to God, to LA Talk Live, to Rich, Ness, and Van, the partners that run this show, for just having this vehicle here for us to grow in the expression of celebrating everybody's gift, whether you're in gospel or in secular industries or across the board. So with that being said, we want you to keep right here. Go call, speaking of calling, call a friend, tweet a friend, and tell them to tune on in here at gospelrhythms.com, Talk Live Radio Entertainment Edition with your girl Ro
and your girl Trish.
We'll be right back with more for you.
Hi, this is Susie Pruden. And yes, you've seen me on Oprah, Good Morning America, and The Today Show. And I'm inviting you to join me every Monday from 3 to 4 for my new show, Mastermind Live. Join us as we introduce you to the new thought leaders of the world who will inspire you, support you, and guide you to your next level. So don't forget to tune into Mastermind Live exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hey everybody, this is Richard Carr inviting you to join me in the radio boardroom for the new Entrepreneurs Weekly Summit in my all-new day and time. That's right, the new Entrepreneurs Weekly Summit is moving to Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific. So don't forget, the new Entrepreneurs Weekly Summit, now Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific, exclusively here on LA Talk Live, where it's more than just talk. We'll see you there.
This is Girl for Sickle Cell, and Sickle Cell has waged a war against our community, and it's time to fight back. What is sickle cell? Sickle cell disease is an inherited blood disorder where your red blood cells do not get enough oxygen. Over 100,000 people in the United States are affected by sickle cell.
100,000 people?
Yes.
How can we help?
Join me today in the fight against sickle cell by visiting me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter at Girl for Sickle Cell. That's GURL, the number 4, sickle cell. Again, GURL, the number 4, sickle cell.
Let's stop the war today.
Perfect comes from God, He created love. There is no time for no negativity. Life can be hard, problems come, you work through them. No love, Lord.
Come on.
If the love is gonna be real, I got love for everybody. Happiness, prosperity, God is love, love is God. See, I love God,
You got to make sure that
make sure that the sun don't go down without forgiving one another. Yeah, it's too short. Hey, hold up, and say you love one another.
come on, tell them now.
Have love for your enemy, no matter how bad they treat you. In spite of how bad they treat you. In spite of how bad.
Come on.
Let peace
Welcome back to gospelrooms.com, Talk Live Radio on latalklive.com. I'm Ro Williams.
Hey, I'm Trisha Mann Grant.
This is our entertainment edition, and in the house we have the lovely and beautiful
Oya Thompson.
Woo!
Okay,
Okay,
wait. Ness
wait,
just
hold
got
on,
on
wait.
me about yelling in the microphone.
Right, thank you. Yeah, there we go.
So let's just jump right in. Thanksgiving is a few days away. What are you thankful for?
Life.
What you thankful for, sis? I love it. Miss Rosina.
Oh, I'm thankful. Oh, on the board in church today, I wrote the Holy Spirit.
I forgot to
He's
write
the
on the
power.
board. That's
Yeah, I
right,
wrote
you're
on the
supposed to
board.
write
Yeah,
on the
everybody. At first, I
board.
wrote grace and mercy, but everybody wrote that, and I was like, okay, what's the
Sure
power
was.
behind that?
Yeah. I'm grateful. I'm so thankful for love because I'm surrounded by love, and I'm thankful for the love that I'm able to give to others in spite of
that's
them.
special.
Have you ever
Oh,
loved
that's
somebody
it.
in spite of them?
Mm.
In spite of their selves, in spite of the way they treat you, in spite of the way they act, in spite of the fact that they may talk about you behind your back, in spite of the fact that they did you wrong, you still have the ability to love them anyway. Do you know how amazing that is?
You know, I got to give it to you. That's one of the most admirable qualities about you that I love the most, and that I aspire to be and embody those, that to be that kind of person. You know, I still have some hurdles I need to grow past a little bit here and there, but I'm glad God is patient and working with me in some respects, because sometimes you get hurt. Something once you makes you hold on to it, and you want to throw a brick or something.
Yeah,
and it ain't at yourself,
a
it's
little
at the
violent.
situation or the person in the situation. But we got it, like you said. That's such a Christ-like quality, man.
Yeah, but it stems from forgiveness. Sometimes we have to
Immaturity.
forgive
Come on, you
people.
gotta give yourself some love. You very mature.
Well, girl, yeah, sometimes. Amen.
I just gotta say,
my
because
moments.
I mean, it's like it's a very, very mature in Christ. Attribute that I really admire, and I think that's very special. Because
spiritual
seriously,
evolution.
I've seen people pour mad haterade in her
Yeah.
direction, and she just gives nothing back but love. I would have been like, you know what, somebody about to be on the milk court. And I ain't no lie up in here in the name of Jesus.
funny.
And check it out. And we ain't talking AD. We ain't talking BC. We talking about AD. I'm just gonna keep it real.
Seriously.
But God is, that's one of the things the pastor ministered today is
Pastor
about,
Sanchez.
repairing those broken places. Because at the end of the day, I mean, who am I to be trying to hold a debt on somebody else when God,
You can't.
you know what I'm
There's
saying?
too much weight
It's
on
like you holding your own blessings hostage
That's right.
by your, by maintaining that how you were hurt or why you were hurt is the reason why you can't let it go.
And we expect God to forgive us. We expect Him to bless us in spite of us.
And other people to forgive you.
Right, and other
And
people
then
to
if you
forgive
hold
us.
it on.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a situation is long and gone, whether it could be a relationship or a relationship like a intimate relationship or a friendship relationship or a business relationship. But because sometimes your mind replays tapes, you got to recognize that you just got to feed on that's why the Bible says, think on things that are lovely, pure, and praiseworthy and right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's trying to tell you that's the antidote.
Yes.
I
and
got
then
the cure.
you
Don't go down that road, that dark road.
Or that road on the 405.
You
and
know,
then
like
that's
that
when you kinda
lady
lose all that
would have
pureness.
if she would have not been meditating, that lady in Arizona would have just let it go. Obama won. Okay, Obama, she wouldn't have ran over her husband. She should have just, right? That's true story.
That's
Real
what
talk.
happens when you don't have cable or regular television. You just miss things like this. Girl, what are you talking about?
I don't know what she
is she
is talking
This
about.
lady was mad at her husband because he didn't vote, and she felt that because she didn't vote, that's why Obama got elected. So she chased him around in the parking lot with her car.
You are so making this up.
I am so. Am I telling
She
the truth? Am I?
blamed him.
Come on, speak it to the mic. Support me.
Come on.
Okay, talk to us, Ness.
That's the truth.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. He's in intensive care right now.
Aw.
Okay, that's just.
And you know what?
But that's,
Obama
again,
will
she can't-
probably go visit him in the
He
hospital.
probably will.
And give them a gift, and then she'll feel really bad.
That's what you call. That's what you call, ladies and gentlemen, preparing a table in the presence of your enemies.
And then she'll forgive everybody.
And then she'll
Okay?
be convicted
Right.
and changed.
Now, before we get to my sis Oya over here, Ness, I see you over there texting.
What you
Talk to us.
grateful for?
We want to know what you're thankful for today.
Very thankful for having all my limbs, all my lungs, my kidneys, my liver, these eyes. Other than that, life, little one, Look at
I
that.
love
Jeez.
it. What was that?
That was the spirit.
That was the spirit.
That was the spirit. It
Talking
always
about
follows me.
you're welcome.
Yeah, right.
That's good.
And other than that, I mean, everything else, every breath, every second, everybody around me, because it's truly spectacular.
Sure.
You know.
And
so.
without health, people don't understand this. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how many riches you have. If you're laid up in a hospital bed somewhere and you can't enjoy that stuff,
means nothing.
It means absolutely nothing. So sometimes we're praying for the material things, and what we should be doing is praying for God, give us health, perfect health.
Right.
You know, health in our body, rid of us of disease.
Or in your mind.
In
How
your
about
mind.
that
Ooh,
for
girl,
a place to
that's
start?
A whole nother show.
Some
All right.
people- it really is.
That's a battlefield.
That's something else to talk about.
That's
With
a
that, my
woo.
signature system is all about that.
Yeah, talk to me about it.
Well, you know, it's called the 5 star points for success.
Okay.
And I'm completing my workbook. It's about dream manifestation. And it's about aligning the mind, the body, the spirit, the emotions, and environment around you so that you are good with yourself. It's about creating that foundation so that you can catapult into a healthy, loving, beautiful life filled with your dreams. Otherwise, a lot of people move forward quickly into whatever they're doing and they don't have a foundation. They don't love themselves. They have all of these things that are going on in their minds, toxic, just it's things that they can't really move into a really loving, happy place.
And
so like you said, all that money, all that other stuff, it means nothing.
Nothing if you can't enjoy it or spread it and give some away.
And they're always fighting instead of gracefully flowing into manifesting. So
And most of the time they're fighting themselves.
But they say it's other people, but it's really
them and the situation's inner mind. And we were speaking about that even before we got on the air about speaking things and saying. My pastor says all the time, if you say what you see, you will see more of what you say. So I'm gonna get that to you one more time. I'm gonna take that slow. If you say what you see, you will see more of what you say, meaning if you say, I'm never going to have this and I'm never going to have that and I'm not any good and people don't love me and blah, blah, and everything is negative, then you're going to see more of that. But if you say, okay, I'm prosperous, I'm wealthy, I'm healthy, I'm blessed, I'm elevated, I'm motivated, I'm positive, that's what you're going to see more of. We have to, all right.
It's so true.
You know,
As I was sharing with you earlier, he said today too, is that, you know, God used words. He didn't just point and stuff just happened. He said, let there be, and there was.
Let there be light.
Let there be.
He didn't just blink his fingers, right?
That's why we got to really be careful about what we say.
He said life and death is in the power of the tongue. Now, as a vocalist, you write all of your own stuff, right?
Yeah.
Tell us like where you drew inspiration from this project you just released. Spirit of Oya.
You know, this project was and is definitely about upliftment and positivity and manifesting dreams and lots of love and
it's an R&B project, just to clarify. And it's an R&B project.
It's an R&B soul project, but you know, it's a fusion project. But I'm an R&B soul artist, but my roots are in gospel first and foremost. And you know, I got funk on there, straight ahead jazz. You know, your R&B and it's a lot of fusion, you know, going on. So you know, when people hear the project, like, wait a minute, that's a funk rate. Wait a minute, that's like a jazz standard. Wait a minute, that's a gospel. Yeah, it's, you know, and it's all me because that's how I grew up with so many types of different music. But at the end of the day, when you listen to it, it's very inspirational. It's that feel good project and the lyrics, you know, I really spent time with those lyrics to, you know, as we're talking about, put out a certain kind of conscious message, you know.
And you started at the age of 3. Your dad encouraged you, right?
Yeah.
What did he say to you? Do you remember? I mean, 3 is such
it
an
was
early
just about
age to
doing it.
remember
I was
stuff.
just around music. You know, my mom was in the house, you know, singing Mahalia Jackson, washing the dishes, but she wasn't out in the world singing like my father. You know, he would sing at church and stuff, and we grew up in church, and you know, so it's one of those typical kind of stories. You know, going to choir, you know, singing, being the soloist, and just watching him. It wasn't so much of the things that he said, it's what he did, and my father was that kind of man. You know, so I learned, you know, about even, you know, developing into the human that I am by just watching what they did, not even so much of what they said.
And his birthday was September the 23rd, and that's when you released your debut
That's
album,
right,
The Spirit
because
of
it's a
Oya.
spiritual gift to him because my father passed away in 2005.
Honor to him. It's like you
Had
birthed your
to.
baby.
I
that
did.
He inspired.
And it's funny you say that because when I set my intention 9 months later, that project is in September, from January to September.
Did you speak that?
I did.
You spoke that
I
thing,
speak
girl.
everything.
Those things that are not as though they are.
So I'm all in your mix right now. What you're saying, I got you.
I love it. That is beautiful. And What about your mom? Because I had the pleasure of meeting your mother.
Yeah.
Her mother has to be the sweetest ever,
Shy.
ever. I'm telling you, you go over her house. I'm telling you, Ness, she doesn't have to know you. You walk through the door just because of Oya. She'll say, "Babe, what you want? Here, eat some of this. Have some Doritos. Have some chips. Have some chicken. You want some more? I'll go to the store. I'll get."
Cause see, I co-signed you. I was like, she all right.
She all right. So you just said she all right now. Come on. So if you had said a little bit more, I would have gotten some.
Oh man,
some
you
ribs
really
and-
would have. Yeah.
A little bit
Got the fruit
coleslaw, some macaroni
salad.
and
You know what I mean?
cheese.
The pound cake. No.
Okay, next time. I'm coming back.
All right.
Speaking of moms and dad, now I understand that you love live instruments. Now on your entire albums, every track have
No
feature-
samples, mama.
No
All
samples.
live.
Now,
Yeah.
does anybody in your family play an instrument that particularly inspired you to want to do all live, or you just kind of
it's to me it's about the real vibration and frequencies, like just that kind of interchange and that whole flow. I wanted to go old school, kind of like when I was growing up, and like you see those old kind of clips like the jazz artists and stuff like that, or like Ray Charles, like when they would record and it was literally the background singers, the musicians, and him playing and singing at the same time. That's what we did. And so we had to look around and find the best studio for that kind of environment, and to really be able to connect together. And that's what we did. So from the horn section to the real upright acoustic bass, electric bass, the drums and organ and keys, like we did everything live, and you could feel it when you listen
Doesn't
to the
it feel
project.
good?
Yeah.
Well, I actually finally have your album up. Is there a particular track that you would like us to, give our listeners a little taste of?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it is gospel rhythm,
It's
so I don't know.
okay.
Maybe
Something
it's
inspirational.
Yeah.
something
Well, they all
encouraging.
are. I mean,
Do you have a favorite? What's your they used to release singles. Well, what's the single?
Well,
Just pick one.
the
Come on
single
now.
is Love. And we're talking about love. The single is
Okay,
Love.
there we go.
All right, here we
That's
go,
it.
Ness. Hopefully we'll the pilot, co-pilot.
Do
will get it right.
the full version though. You got that one? You see that one?
Love radio edit. No, I did the full one. It just
Okay.
says Love 15.
'Cause
Track
that,
15.
That one is the real full of
That's the
gratitude
real
one.
Oh, here we go.
I just want to dedicate this song to love. All the loving energy around me, around us all. To all those who love me, and to all those I love. From the very first time I met you, you took my breath away. And then you looked into my eyes, you didn't have words to say. I never knew how long or if we've ever been apart, because it seems so natural that you had my heart. Oh, it's kind of funny, crazy, strange, oh, it may seem. Oh, it seems like I've been here before, or have you been in my dreams? Is this a manifestation? No, it has to, because it's too good. I could not have planned it better myself, so I think it could be love. Oh, love, love, oh, love. Thank you, I thank you, I thank you. Oh, love, oh, love, love, oh, love. Thank you.
Oh,
That's for
my
Trisha. You said you were thankful for love. That's the
I like love.
yeah.
Love is cool.
I love when people say that. Everybody says I love love. I was like,
Well, let me just
yeah.
ask you this, Miss I Love. Now, do you have to be in the mood when you write, or can you just write from somebody else's perspective, even if you're not feeling very in love at the time? Or is this kind of written from like,
Well,
I'm really feeling this?
Thank you. It just depends. It's different places, different times, different situations, different things I see, different things I'm experiencing internally or externally.
Yeah.
And then I'm inspired to write. It could be, I was writing something on the plane last night because of something. When I was flying back in. It just depends on what's happening.
So what would you say to someone that may be struggling with pursuing this career? It's like, oh, it's just the music industry has changed now, and it's not like it used to be, and it's just so hard to even fathom pursuing and getting it, because it's just so much product out there.
Yeah, and you know what? I think we set the tone. I think we almost like have a theme now with what's going on with what we were saying about what you're saying. Because if you're saying that, then how are you ever going to manifest anything? It doesn't have to be that you're an artist. It could be whatever it is out there that you want to do with your life. And then if you say that you can't, well, then you're chopping yourself off before you can even begin to even make any moves.
Yeah, but what if they feel? This is the way I felt with the whole man talk thing about getting that off the ground and still didn't have the money, but ended up doing it anyway. What if they say, well, I don't have the money?
I didn't have the money to do this
So
either.
how did you do it without the money?
Because I knew I was going to get it. I knew it was going to happen, and I believed that it was going to happen.
You better tell the truth.
And I mean, I'm just at a place where I know that I can manifest. And it took some time to really get to that point.
Yeah.
But everything that I've ever set a true intention for, and not just setting the intention and say, oh, I'm going to do this, but really taking the action steps to then back up what you said.
Right.
Because I was like, by hook or crook, on Father's birthday, this CD is out on iTunes, on Amazon, on CD Baby, to be able to purchase from my store, the website, everywhere. It's going to be out there. And I had to then do that. It's just like any other job. If somebody gives you a deadline and tell you have to do it, you have to do it. So now this is my enterprise, my life, my dream. I had to follow up with what I said.
Was it scary? Was there a sense of fear, an element of fear there? And then you push through. No, I can totally relate to that. But it's like, even though the fear is there, we go to Psalm 27. It says, the Lord is my light, my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? And we have to pull from what God gives us. He keeps telling us, stop being afraid of man. Stop being afraid of your situations or the way that it looks. And just trust me. Because if I gave it to you, and I put it in you for a reason. Now go for it.
And I got to tell you, for so long, and it's a shame, but I don't know where I got this thinking. I grew up with the mindset that the kingdom of heaven, that's where God resides, and the kingdom of the earth is the enemy's territory. But God called us to have dominion. He spoke that for us to go and have dominion over this land, and he's given us gifts, and that's why he has to constantly remind us, you can do all things through me. Now apart from me, you can't do too much, but with me you can do all things. And something that the pastor said today in service was so true. He said that God didn't ask me if it was funded. God asked me if I was faithful.
Right. He said, you got the F's mixed up.
Yeah, you got the F's mixed up. You got the F's mixed up.
Right.
I didn't ask you if it was funded. You just got to be faithful. And a part of you being faithful is speaking the truth that I've already told you about yourself, who you are. You're beautifully and wonderfully made.
But you have to know that.
So how do you get to that point?
But see, that's what I was telling you about completing the signature system that I'm doing, not just for artists, even though there's a lot of people that I attract, that I coach and things like that. But you have to know that. So no matter what happens along the journey, that you can check back in with yourself and really truthfully know this is what you're here to do. And I knew this is what I was here to do. And I had already proven to myself for years, this is how I was taking care of myself, going out and performing all throughout the nation. So I said, okay, I can do this. Maybe before that, I couldn't have done it because I'm like, I'm going to really put all this money in this project and, all these thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, really it comes to tens of thousands when you're really doing it right on a high level like that. And if you don't know, that can be really scary. And even though I really knew and believed in myself, it still were little times where little fear would come up and
or disappointments would come and nip at your heels. Because I was taking the team to Hawaii earlier this year, that's where we were going to be because of everything that we were going to, and it hadn't manifest. But what I was so encouraged by today was that even great men of faith have challenges along their journey, and just because even your faith may have gotten shaken by something not necessarily going along with your particular timeline, but that's not to mean that it should derail your heart efforts to forge ahead with it. He said adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it. It exposes your
so
character.
When we go through the challenges of trying to get your CD out, the challenges of even dealing with grieving over your father's death and still moving forward with your career, the challenges of not having the money, it doesn't show that you're being built. It shows that you're actually how you're handling it. So how do we deal with that? And people are going to come to you and they're going to say, Oya, well, yeah, I believe I can sing, but I don't know if I'm yet ready.
Or did you have a support system of parents where I didn't? But
I didn't have that support. No.
So that's what I was
asking about mom.
Right.
Yeah, that's
how did mom feel about music?
Okay, well, let's get some clarification.
Let's talk about this.
Okay. My parents, fabulous parents, but they come from a kind of an old school way of you go and get a good job with your benefits and all that. So my world of being out here as a singer and actress, not so much. That's not real. It's just not real because that's not a stable paycheck. How do you get it? So no, it's not that they didn't love me, but they couldn't understand me really moving forward into this arena because it really wasn't stable. So I had to really connect in with myself. My family, as much as they love me, they just couldn't really support that dream. And I'm talking about other family members and stuff because it's not normal.
I know. I'm 62 years old. And my mama still don't understand.
So
what I do.
So I put that out there, and I feel that it's very valuable for us to share these things like that because so people can know. So they're just like, oh, you had the best parents that supported you and your family and this, and it's not to knock any of them down. Let me just put that way out there because I had all the love that I could have, but it's just certain decisions that we make in our career that doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to support you. But if you really know, like I knew in your heart of hearts, you can't let anybody tell you not to do what you know you came in this world to do.
Even yourself.
Even yourself.
Because sometimes yourself is your worst
Well,
critic.
because you know what happens, and the thing with the fear thing, it's a little tricky because when I work with clients about that, we have to really look at that because fear sometimes can be an ally in the sense that it tries to protect us. And we have to look at that because maybe we're not exactly ready right then and there, but in time, there's a time where we have to let go of that fear and actually move forward and do it. So we have to be really careful with fear.
So you're saying, well, I got what you're saying. I mean, I don't know about totally agreeing that fear, because as far as I'm concerned, fear is my enemy. Period.
No, sometimes it's a healthy fear.
No, girl, fear is my enemy.
No, but sometimes when I'm saying
fear keeps you from going in the room when the lights don't come on. The boogeyman is under the bed.
But that's what I'm saying. We have to be really careful. That is a smart decision of going, wait a minute, I'm not sure if I should be doing this. I'm scared because I can't pay these bills or do this if I do that. In that sense, okay.
I got you.
So, but there's other times when it comes to it's just holding you back. That's when you have to open your eyes and say, wait a minute, this isn't that healthy fear of don't go in that room in the woods or I have to pay these bills here today, and if I go spend, that's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, that's called wisdom.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. But then it's those times we have to say, listen, no, I have to move out of this.
Yes.
It's that served me.
It's a nudging though.
Well, sometimes that's your comfort zone too, because when you stepped out with Man Talk, it was kind of uncomfortable because you're like, Lord, you really calling me to do this? It takes some dead presidents to do this. We were just talking about that. When you tallied up how God made it happen, you looked up and it just happened. Yeah. But it took you making that step of faith, just as it did with Gospel Rhythms, because I had lost my job. Matter of fact, I was sitting here with the web designers with my severance pay, saying, "Okay, do the here," with tears down my face, not knowing where the next was coming, but just believing that this was something God was calling me to do, and I had to, if for nothing else, grab onto what I knew His strength was when I couldn't really be strong in the midst. Because it didn't make sense to do that.
Right.
Like, you really gonna take your last? Did you not? You're not up on current events. You just lost your job.
And favor came into play. Just like I'm sure favor came into play with you.
Oh yeah. Once I made the decision and I stepped out, and basically what I'm saying with the fear aspect is like, okay, once you recognize it's time to get past that, then let's set up a plan and let's really figure this out. And then where I don't have, still believing and knowing it's going to work out. And yes, a lot of favor came in, but I had to meet it halfway. I had to step up, and then all of a sudden it was like, wow, is that happening? And this person's stepping up, and then that's happening, and oh my gosh, there's the studio, and then
but it's like faith starts a chain of events.
It does, but you have to take those action steps. I'm saying it's one thing to just speak it. Now, what are you going to do to follow through?
All right. Well, we actually let's see. We have someone on the line. Would that be our Miss Brenda Ellis? Is it? Hello.
Hello.
Oh no, we have who's on the line?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Where are you calling from?
You called us.
This is GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio.
How you doing?
Hi, who are you and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Long Beach. I just wanted to say, first of all, beautiful voice, beautiful show.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And reason why I called is because I'm learning to, like, when I hear something, I try to add to it, like you were saying about the fear situation. You Ro actually pretty much covered it when she said that was wisdom, but that's really like a spirit of discernment that's telling you not to go into the room. That's not fear.
A spirit of discernment. I agree with you, brother. First of all, what's your name?
I don't
What's your
want to give
name?
credit to fear. I believe it's a spirit of discernment that will tell you not to do something.
Right. What? Can you hear me? What's your name?
My name is D.
Oh,
Hey,
hi, D.
Hey, I'm
Hey.
TD.
Hey,
I'm
hi,
R.
everybody.
That's R, and this is O. Okay,
Now,
so yeah,
Nobody's
yeah.
62. Heard somebody say something about 62.
Yeah, I was just playing. You know I'm playing. I'm trying to make a
It's-
point.
I
It's
came- I came
26.
in halfway on it. I was like, wait a minute.
Yes, wait.
Nobody's 62 on there.
No.
I know
just
black don't crack, but
Amen.
you know.
It sure doesn't. I'm hoping I can look like this at 62. That's a serious prayer right there. But
Yeah.
Speak it.
but yeah, it's a spirit of discernment.
Yeah.
There have been several times when, and I get what Oya's saying. What she's saying is sometimes it's not the time, it's not our season, basically, to jump out there, and we do it prematurely. And when we do it prematurely, then God's not in it because He's not. This isn't our time. And so the spirit of wisdom is what we should pray for as well, so that we know, and the spirit of discernment, when is the right time to go ahead and not allow fear to stop us from doing it in our season. And a lot of people either miss their season sometime, or I don't know, Pastor said today, he said it's always your season. He said you just have to make the right choices. I just believe that sometimes, we need to do it in timing, in the right time. So yeah, but I appreciate what you said. And so you enjoyed the song "Love" by Oya Thomas?
Yes.
Isn't it
Yes.
beautiful? I
Even
like
though you
love.
only played a few seconds of it. It was good. I know y'all got a show to do, but
Yeah, no, I can
No,
talk
we're
to you
gonna
all
play
day.
some more of her music.
Right, we're gonna play more, and you keep
And then
watching.
wait, tell him where he can go to get
Oh, well,
it.
you know, you can go to iTunes. Spirit of Oya is the name of the project, and Amazon and CD Baby. It's out there, or my website, spiritofoya.com, if you want to learn more about me and get the album.
So now let me get this straight. Not
Spiritofoya.com?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, D.
Okay.
Hey, D, thank you for calling in.
Thank
Do us
you.
a
Thank
favor, spread the word, tell people to watch us next Sunday.
And
4
like us on
p.m., okay?
Facebook.
That's right. And go to Man Talk. Man Talk with Trisha Man Grant on YouTube. Just plug in Man Talk with Trisha.
You have a page on Facebook too,
And
right?
Facebook. Yeah, I
just
got a
look us
Facebook
all up on
page.
Facebook.
Right. Okay. Thanks a lot,
Thank
D.
you.
Be blessed. All right.
Cool. So I have a song I think that would be good. Hold on, be strong. But before I play it, now are you like a life coach too, in addition to an art? Because you were saying when you teach clients, what's going on with that?
Yeah, I went to school. I set an intention around 8 years old that I wanted to be in the entertainment industry. I just, because I love, music and, acting. But I also had a love for psychology. So instead of going to school for music, because it was like I was always around that and doing that, and it just came natural, even though later I went to learn more music theory and stuff to be, professional out there with the musicians. I went to school. I got my undergrad in psychology. My master's is in spiritual psychology.
Wow.
So I do work with clients to help them manifest their dreams and get rid of their blocks and live a peaceful, joyous, life.
So you're like a therapist on a higher level.
Okay, talk to me about spiritual psychology. How does that work?
So, when I was an undergrad, there was a lot of the mental, emotional work, and I just always felt like it was something more. From a young age, I've always been a very spiritual person, and I felt like it was something more as far as connecting inside with what made us tick. So the theory of spiritual psychology is that we are divine beings having a human experience.
Okay.
We're not just human beings just out here. There's something else that's going on. So a lot of times, I always just check in with my spirit to see like, okay, what's really going on here? Because I always feel like we have the answer. We always have the answer. It's just a matter of when you're ready to face it, when you really want to connect and speak to your spirit, because it's there. So then I help people, assist them to actually be able to do that, because it's a foreign idea to connect to your spirit for many people. Like, what is that? How do you do that, or whatever? So it's a process that we go through, and they start to be able to connect to, wow, I am a spiritual being. I am connected to source, and there is this flow of this thing called life.
Well, we are a biodegradable carbon unit, and what's carrying it is a spirit within. I will say that, and I definitely know that it's like what you feed will live, what you starve will die. And I think that because there's so much garbage in the world, garbage in, garbage out. And a lot of time, a part of our problem can be eliminated if not only the kind of foods we eat, but the kind of media and a lot of things that we take in.
That's the stuff that I was talking about, the toxic thoughts, not just the toxic things that we eat.
Yeah, but you could even fall asleep on some craziness on TV and you wake up and it's all in your mind. You don't even know it.
It's true.
You just dump garbage in your mind from midnight to 5 a.m. Didn't even know it. So that's why meditating on God's word and praying and staying connected with God, I feel is so important. It's like a kidney dialysis machine. Because you got to get the world out of you because it'll pollute your mind and cause you to bust your behind. But on that note, we're going to play. He just waved a break sign. So we're going to play Hold On, Be Strong. So y'all hold on and be strong. We come right back. We got more Spirit of Oya. This is her Hold On, Be Strong cut off of Spirit of Oya, released September 23rd in honor of celebration of her dad. You go, girl.
Sometimes you feel like falling, and sometimes you're just not knowing, and it's hard when you ain't got no one to pick you up. Hey. Sometimes you just feel like giving up, but hold on, hold on. A new day is coming. Tomorrow will be loving, for God is good, so good. Hold on, be strong. Hold on, be strong. Hold on, be strong. Hold on, be strong.
Hi, this is Demetrius.
And I'm AJ, inviting you to join us every Tuesday at 5:30 for our all-new show, Real Talk with Demetrius and AJ.
We are your alternative to mainstream media's non-discussion of the real issues. No more sound bites, no more talking points, just real talk.
The guests on our show will include a wide array of people from all walks of life: elected officials, politically active celebrities, young leaders, and most importantly, you will all be included in this dialogue that is sure to be provocative and real.
So don't forget to tune in and listen to Real Talk with Demetrius and AJ every Tuesday at 5:30, exclusively on latalklive.com.
You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio.
Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure.
This is LA Talk Live.
And we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Dr. Levi, your fitness doctor, making a personal house call, inviting you to join me Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific for my all-new show, The Dr. Levi Show. Join us as we discuss fitness, health, and well-being, including emotional and spiritual health. So don't forget to tune in to The Dr. Levi Show every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, exclusively on latalklive.com and the Talk Live Broadcast Network. You can also catch us on iTunes, Radio R&B, or watch us on Ustream.tv, or catch us on the Live 365 network, and now on Radio Flag and Stitcher Radio. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
I'm tired and weary, but I must toil on till the Lord comes to call me away where the morning is bright and the land is the
Oh, hey there. we are here. GospelRhythms.com, Talk Live Radio. You all, Heaven's Party here on earth. I am Trisha.
And I wrote, and that was Oya's Peace in the Valley. She got something for everybody on that album.
Thank
you. Ooh, you took us to church on that one.
Church, not church, but church. I love that. That
Wow.
is
Thank you.
Oh, thank
And that
you.
was that song was dedicated to the matriarch of the family. My mom, told me that was my great grandmother who I never met, her favorite song, and my grandmother her song. So
My
change gonna
grandfather.
come is for the patriarch, for my father. And that Peace in the Valley is for the matriarch.
That was my grandfather, Crawford Randall Mack. They called him Mack. That was his
She
favorite
get a
song.
full government.
Yes, Crawford Randall. He gone now, so he don't mind. But Crawford Randall, they called him Mack, and he loved Peace in the Valley.
It's such a beautiful song,
It
and you know
is.
what? Peace is such a major important quality to me. So it really felt right to do.
Yeah. What do you do when you find yourself in the midst of either one or a group of people that seem to have a lot of dissension and negativity going on? Do you try to, I know, do you try to put the fire out, or you just walk away and remove yourself from the atmosphere?
Look, you itching right there. Discernment. I really think it depends on the situation. But honestly, Trisha, at this point in time, I've been doing this for years now, where I actually really pray for peaceful environments, that's going to have good energy. Because with going out on the road and doing certain shows and different things and mixing and matching different people, it can be interesting. So I really pray for that first and foremost, so that if it's for me, then that's going to happen. And then sometimes you find yourself in different situations, and it depends if it's for you to step up and say something, or if you just realize you just don't need to participate in this environment, and then you just move on.
Yeah, you know what's sad though is when you're trying to be peaceful and they take it as weakness. They look at you and think, okay, and I'm not just saying you per se. I'm actually speaking from a personal standpoint because I've been through this. But trying to keep that peaceful persona, and then it's like, we can run over her, we can do whatever, we can say whatever we want. Or then they want to poke and poke and poke until they get you to come to their level. And then it's like, oh, okay.
But as long as you stay where you at and who you are, because I had somebody tell me something many years ago, and I said, you know what, this woman is right. And it was that you never know what people really take from you. So you could think that they're not really hearing you, but they could go home later that night and they said, man, you know what, Trisha, wow, she says something, and they may never tell you. Because, and then you think about it, sometimes people might say something around you, and it's not that you necessarily go back and say to them that really moved you in some way, but they kind of poked you just a little bit. So it's like you stand strong and be who you are, and you never know how you're going to help shift someone.
That's true.
At some point.
This is true.
You know what I mean?
Oh my
And
gosh.
and I mean, when you look at the life of Jesus, I mean, they hated on him, gossiped on him, and they tried to get him to the place where he operated outside of who God created him to be, which was our example. He was not a yeller.
He wasn't a punk either, though.
No, but that's the thing.
You're not either, Trisha.
But no, but see, but he was meek like you, and like meekness is what strength grown tender, and it's like in those cases, like sometimes it's like, you know what, let me be quiet and let you think I'm a fool, because I don't want to open my mouth and then remove all doubt, like I done validated what your opinion of me was.
But oftentimes the truth is when you don't have to wild out, like some people, they wild out, that is actually, you are really the person with the strength.
Exactly.
Because you don't have to do all of that.
This is very true. And I probably only had 2 moments in my whole life where maybe I actually allowed it to happen. In one of the instances, then I got the respect. And I remember thinking later, gosh, it's so sad that I had to act that way that is so against my character.
Yeah, and it's
just to get
I
the
hear you.
respect.
I hear you.
Why is that? Why can't I just love you? Why can't I just be peaceful? Why can't we just all?
I hear you. They didn't hear you
get
until you put the
along?
stomp down.
But then when you put the stomp down.
But I'm
it's
sure
like,
you
ooh,
did it in a way.
you know,
I'm sure you did it in a way where you just look here.
I'm like, you're a
don't
parent.
play me for a fool
Yeah.
now.
I mean, you're a parent. Are you a parent too?
No, I'm not.
I mean, I'm sure you get it as a mom. You know, like, why can't you respect me when I told you nice the first time? Now you done caused me to,
that
you know
mama
what I
will
mean?
come out.
Not spare the rod and go.
Yeah, because my
oops
daughter
upside
always
your
says,
head.
"Mom, you're the best mom ever." I'm like, "Yeah, you're just saying." She's like, "No, really, you really are a cool mom."
Yeah.
But at the same time, I need you to. I'm glad you love me. You think I'm so cool, but I'm gonna need that respect, and I need you to listen when I'm telling you something, so I don't have to say it 2, 3, 4 times, because then I'm gonna get a little bit upset.
Yeah.
You know. But there was one situation I'll never forget, years and years and years ago, and I was doing a rehearsal, and I remember the director was yelling at me, yelling at everyone. And I kept saying through all the rehearsals, Lord, he just yelled at everybody, especially the women. I pray to God he does not do that to me. And this one particular day, it just, just mean and all this. And then I remembered in the midst of this prayer circle, he was saying something, and inside of me, the human part of me rose up. And they were not very godly words that was about to come out of my mouth. I'm just being, I'll keep it real. I like to keep it real. And the words were not going to be godly. And the Holy Spirit actually just put his hand on me and calmed me. It's amazing. I literally was so close to saying something that was not nice. And all of a sudden, this calm came on me. And I said, God bless you. And I'm out. And I walked out of the door. And I remember the next time I saw someone that was there, they said to me, thank you so much. You taught me a lot that day. Had I not seen the way that you handled that situation, I probably wouldn't change my mindset the way that I have now.
See?
And I appreciate you for being the woman that you were and not falling prey to where he was trying to take you.
and see, but that was someone that actually told you. Think about the numerous people you out on the road doing your thing.
That observe you and
that
never
observe
tell you.
This is true.
And they don't tell you, but inside you have shifted them in some positive way or made them think just a little bit more. Maybe it'll be someone else or something else they see or hear.
Yeah.
So
you never know. You never know who's watching.
That's why you just do you, be you, and continue to spread light. And don't let those other people that you feel like, oh, it's not working, it's not happening, dim your light because you feel like it's not really working. I'm sure it is.
And
You're
I
bright
think,
light.
Whether if it's a chaotic atmosphere or an atmosphere of where, like the pastor with his son in church, that was a situation of fear. He has this young ministry, struggling financially. He was very transparent in sharing with us the struggles and the challenges. And what impressed me is that sometimes even the most solid in the word man or woman of God can be overwhelmed with a sense of such inadequacy about handling the situation because they forget they're not the ones that's supposed to be handling it anyway, because it was something they were entrusted to just manage, and that the person who was handling it is God. And so his son was just going behind him and just reminding him and being a cheerleader and letting him know it was going to be all right. And so it's like God knows whether it's moments where that lady comes and tells you, or in the instance of where he's being overwhelmed with a sense of fear and bewilderment as to what next in this ministry and the situation, where the voice of a child is what is needed to remind him that it's going to be all right.
She's referencing to Pastor Arlen Sanchez at the Covenant, who walked around the building yesterday in the rain, and he asked all of us to come, and only one person showed up. And his child said, "So Dad, everybody was supposed to come?" He said, yes, Jude. And Jude said, "That's okay. Daryl will be blessed because Daryl came."
He said he's going to get an extra blessing.
He's going to get an extra blessing. And he said, "Dad, don't worry about the building. Don't worry about the church, because no matter what happens, God is going to work it out." Technically it was that. And he just said, "It's okay. No matter what happens, it's going to be okay." The 6-year-old is ministering to his father, who's a pastor, telling him it's okay, encouraging him, praying with him. He said, "Lord, just bless my daddy's church. You see how faithful he's been. He comes here every Sunday. He prays every Sunday.
Yeah,
God
exactly.
bless him."
Exactly. And it was so inspirational because it was like, it just reminded us the childlike innocence and faith that we need to just say, you know what, I'm not going to worry about this. I have the gifts God given me, and I'm going to, whether it's my singing career, my acting career, putting this show together, advancing this vision, it's going to be all right. Yeah, there are going to be some hard times.
I think the children, because they don't have so much of the mental jaded, all the
Distractions
stuff
and
over the years that
yes.
we can start to take in as adults. I think that's the reason why I really enjoy the idea of like really connecting with that inner child and never letting that inner child go. Yeah,
They're
and
pure.
in doing that, you can keep that little groovy, fun little Trisha, the little Oya, the little
girl,
Ro.
I'm
You
goofy,
know what I
child.
mean?
I tell you, I get goofy. I get goofy.
And remember
my
what you
kids.
came in here for, and be you.
Yes, I love it. Okay, let's talk about you, because girl, we're getting off on a tangent here. I love it, but we're here to talk about you today. All right, I want everyone to know that they can definitely go to Amazon and definitely CD Baby, cdbaby.com, for your physical copy and digital download. Spirit of Oya official store. She has a store, and it's spiritofOya.com/store, and Oya is spelled Oya. Thomas is her last name, Thomas.
Does your name mean anything? It's a strong spirit. It's an African tradition as well as a Native American to be called forward.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And then on iTunes, of course, you know, the
I was about to
ultimate.
say iTunes. iTunes, definitely go to iTunes. And what do you sell in the store? What can we purchase?
Well, we have some other goodies that I'm working on, including the workbook. But right now we have the Spirit of Voice CD, and you know, a couple little T-shirt things. One is I'm a ray of light, to remind you that you are a ray of light, and to move forward with that movement that I'm creating along with the whole system. And then the Spirit of Voice T-shirt. But yeah, the main focus is the music. The
So
Spirit
where
of
can
Voice
they
CD.
hear you, like, or keep up with you as far as if you're local, or if you're going nationally or
On the
internationally?
website? Everything is on the website, and we're going to be adding dates and different things like that with the tour for 2013, different places I'm going. But I've been, doing a lot. I just got back from DC, so just, kind of all over the place. I have a musical coming out, and I think we start in Salt Lake City, and in negotiations for another one, and then a filming. So there's things that are going to definitely be here in Los Angeles as well as other cities throughout the nation.
Okay, well, there's something I want you to do.
Okay.
All right. I want you to sing Happy Birthday. November 3rd was my birthday. November 14th was Eric's birthday.
Scorpios all
That's
up in the
right.
house. What's
That's
going
right.
on?
Victor Orlando's birthday was on November the 9th.
Yeah, I know. 'Cause
And I know you couldn't be there.
come.
Pastor Sanchez's birthday
Today.
is actually the 22nd, but we celebrated him today. My friend John Reed, Dr. John Reed. I'm sorry, John. You know, I call you John, but it's Dr. John Reed. His birthday is today.
My boy Derek, he just had a birthday.
Oh Lord, there's so many people. Oh my God, so many people. I know I'm
Our
forgetting.
boy
Belmont,
Keith
Simpson,
Washington, his
Harrison, Kern.
birthday.
Yeah, Keith Washington.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
and my boy Derek Ayers, if he's watching. I told him I was going to be on today, Derek. If you're watching, happy birthday.
Wow, Carla.
Who else?
In Atlanta, Carla Saunders, filmmaker. There's so many people, and I know somebody's gonna say, "Well, she forgot to mention me," so forgive me. Charge it to my head and not my heart.
But to all the Scorpios.
But to all the Scorpios, I want you to sing a little happy birthday.
Okay.
All right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all my Scorpios. Happy birthday to you.
Oh Lord! Watch it! I just gotta do this. Cha-cha-cha. I so wanted to just. Oh, let me just say, we are not endorsing astrology. Okay, let me just put that out there now before the letters start coming and the hate mail start coming. Let me just put that out there.
You know, Jesus wasn't all about that
wasn't about
Scorpio
the
stuff.
stars.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
yeah,
that, y'all.
we
But
just
you know
identifying
what?
the month.
Identifying
Yeah,
the month.
Folks
identifying
are
the
born.
month.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
November
all.
and October, baby.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
You know, I guess you know the
Wow.
big.
Just to classify who we're talking about. This
But
is
you
the
know,
month.
hey, if you have a problem, send letters. Come on down. Pick
Send
it.
the letters, but
we
keep
love
watching.
attention. Yeah, but keep watching.
All right, that was beautiful. I wish you could have been there to sing it like that to Victor, because Victor shocked me. He was like, "Trisha, come on up on stage and sing Happy Birthday." I did not sound. I did, but I did not sound that fabulous. It was all right.
Wait,
it was all right.
But before we go, I just wanted to hit pause. Now we did say that we had another guest, Miss Brenda Ellis, but she wasn't able to make it. But we wanted to just give a reference to her website. Check ALS.org.
Yes.
And as we said in the opening of the show, she is a psalmist, and she travels extensively as a conference psalmist with Bishop T.D. Jake's ministry, among other things. So hopefully we'll be able to have her on and in-house at some time in the near future. So
I
Brenda,
think she was at church. I think she was at a special program today. I did reach out to her. So Brenda, we really look forward to talking to you in the future. Call us back. Call me, girl. I left you a message, I think.
In the meantime, yay. So wait, we're going to close out with, let's see.
Too blessed to be stressed. Oh, is that
on here?
No, if you want to change it, I was just saying,
No, I was going to say a change is going to come, but too blessed to be stressed.
Whatever you want, Ro. It's on you. You
got
got
it
it
on
on
the
the
computer. Thank you, Dee, for calling in. If you're still watching, we truly appreciate you for calling in. Make sure you check us out next week.
Like us on Facebook. Be our 1,000th like.
Oh, is it 1,000? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And also go to, what's your website?
SpiritofOya.com.
SpiritofOya.com. And check out on CD Baby and iTunes and all those other sites.
Facebook,
And
Twitter, all that. Spirit of Oya page on Facebook. On Twitter, just simply Spirit of Oya.
Okay. Trisha Mann TV on YouTube, and Man Talk with Trisha Mann Grant on YouTube. All right. GospelRhythms.com, Talk Live Radio. Thank you all so much for listening and joining us today. God bless you.
This is Ro. Too best to be stressed. Oya.
Peace and blessings, everyone.
Peace and blessings, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Let's take us home.
Tenderness on my bedside, jump up for a ride today. Then I look back out the window and there's rain on my window pane. But I'm too blessed to be strange. Said I'm too blessed to be strange. I don't know what they said I'm fired. Said I just don't fit the bill. I said that's okay, 'cause I never really liked job for real. Gotta move and hit the roommate. She complains almost every day. The only thing that's good is the neighbor's kids knocking, ask me if I wanna play. Said I'm too blessed to be strange. Said I'm too blessed to be strange. Said I'm too blessed to be stressed. Said I'm too blessed to be strange. Now let you in on a secret, something you probably didn't know. This story starts long ago, back when I was just 19 years old. So sick, went into the doctor. Said, Doc, what's wrong with me? She said, a simple child, you will be STIESSCD, but you're too blessed to be stressed. Said you're too blessed to be stressed. So I walked up out that office, and something came over me. Said I wanted to live joyously and not with some disease. So right then and there in that moment, I did decide I would focus on the positive and fully live my gift of life, 'cause I'm so blessed, so blessed, so blessed. I'm blessed, so blessed, so blessed.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.